Flashing lights of some sort. What are they? Alien. It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! And I can change the program on them. One side or the other's got a big clicker. They're kind of bulky is the downside. Now I've changed the bottom one to a different program. Now it's bluish flashing instead of white flashing. Ow! Kitty biting me. Now they're both doing rainbow colors. And getting defensive. Biting me like a fierce beast. Finger's gonna get the kitty cat. Eat. Finger gonna get the kitty cat. Ah! Chinese 50-watt floodlight. Revisited. I repaired both of these lights. I got two of these. I repaired both of them and put the same brand of regulator in, or I should say the L.E.D power supply, which is basically a constant current source type power supply. And they both died, and took the chips with them. You know, and I've had others die, of course, too, but usually they die open or they die flashing. Don't always kill the chip. There's a lot of different failure modes, I guess. So I've been trying to find, someone said Meanwell was a good brand. I ordered one from Sure, with no H, Electronics, like months and months ago, but they gave me a message saying, oh, it's not available right now. Please take this generic one instead. And they sent me like 3 or 4 of those, and I finally answered one of them and said, no, give me a refund, I don't want the generic one. Having had poor luck with it, but then they sent me another reply the same as the last several. Well, please order this part and we'll refund the difference. And I'm not sure if they even billed me yet, or if they just want to bill me because they got the authorization. I guess I gotta track that. It was a PayPal deal. Usually the money doesn't go through till they ship. So in that case they can just go hang, you know. But if they got my money, then I guess I gotta find that out. So my approach to these was to glue them in. Oh, I just pulled up my wonderful ground. They give you like no distance. This stupid little piece of cable they give you. That's something I ought to just address, and because that'll make the whole thing twice as long to do. I'll just leave it loose now for annoyance. But I clamped this in and glued it. I'm probably kind of screwed in terms of getting this out of here. Oh, that was tough. Gee, that epoxy really held well. Huh. Took the shape of this. There's some kind of coating in this. Didn't let the epoxy grab. Wow. No, that's not a bad after all. This goes right into there anyway. So I don't know if I should save this little piece or try to find another little piece with the proper colors. I don't really have such, I don't believe. I'll have to look. So basically I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I hope the, wow, colors are not the same. I'm taking it, these are the LEDs though. So these go through the 2 holes. And my big debate is whether to leave this thing, how I'm going to mount it, and how I'm going to, if I'm going to leave it vented and put it back in the shell over the case, sealed up or if it'll just leave it open. And here's a new regulator doing the same thing. So I don't know what to make of this situation. Oops, lost my contact here. It's got a capacitor on this output. You can see it rises and falls slower. There's a little bit of drain off. So it's got some more quality than this thing. Never had any cap to it, but it still flashes. I don't get it. It's brand new. Never used before. So now my open circuit voltage on this regulator is 41 volts. I was getting like 47 on the other, closer to 42. But it flashes this LED the same way. Let's see if the voltage is going the same place. Yeah, same range. It goes down 25, then up to 32 or so. The open circuit's about 41, 42. Well, kind of odd. My little rig with this chip broke. I don't know how you're supposed to solder these things. This solder is like, I cannot get anything to stick to this chip, this cob LED. But I noticed it doesn't flash. Where is it? Yeah, it's still flashing, isn't it? It's kind of hard to tell. Can't hold things together good enough. Yeah, it's still flashing. Well, they're flashing less. I'm using a resistor, obviously. 5.6K, just because I want to be able to look at these LEDs without blinding myself. And I wanted to test this cob LED when I didn't really know the polarity, so I used that 5.6K so I could be wrong and not kill it, hopefully. Seems to be correct. There's a 90 ohm resistor in series. Yeah, she's still going to flash. So I can't say it's the chip. It's gotta be my brand new regulator here. So I guess my other problem is beside the point, since I can't get this regulator to really work right. My first problem is, how do I mount this thing? There's no mounting hole, there's no tab hole or anything to mount this with. It does have high temp caps on the output. I'm saying output, I guess it's the output. But this regulator is totally erased. I can't read anything on it. Filed it off. It's really all that's in there. That regulator helps probably just to LM30. That wouldn't take the voltage though. It's too small to be a regular LM317 or something. It should just be a FET with controls to the FET. The circuit is really simple looking though. There's a lot of caps, so maybe there's a boost thing going on there. I don't see any other transformer in my hand. Transformer or just an inductor. It's got too many leads to be just an inductor. It's got at least 2 windings on it. 4 caps, 2 MOVs, 2 film caps, 5 small caps. 5 small electrolytics, 2 big electrolytics, 2 film caps, 2 MOVs. And this cap too, of course, and this little regular solar LED gizmos. That was a freebie from my ex-boss, going away present of sorts, I guess. Now at the dollar store, I've noticed they've all got markings on them that they're got a new improved LEDs in them. Improved quality, brighter light. So I'll have to see how they hold up. I put one of these out already, but I haven't seen it in the night yet. Yeah, that was a dollar store. The new store called Ollie's Army or some crazy thing. And I bought these at that place. 2 of these in a box. I had pretty good luck with these. A friend of mine gave me a couple. But they've redesigned them. And they made the bracket a little thicker. They put 3 LEDs in them now. 3 big jumbo 5mm or whatever. So that's interesting. I'll have to see how those do. And like a sucker, I bought a LED zapper light. I'm not really sure I'm going to put this. Probably on my porch outside. Although that's a dimmer location, which probably wouldn't be too good with this. I wonder how it'll act with a dimmer. Abuse it right away. Doesn't say not to. I'm sure you're not supposed to. But that's where I really need it. And I bought one of these. I've seen these online forever. They're kind of pricey. I paid $8 for this one. Online, they're about the same. You can get them with a lot more LEDs, a lot more brightness and stuff, which I don't really need. If these work the way I think they do, they stay on dim all night like a regular solar light. But when they pick up someone in range, they brighten up for a little while, a minute or two. So they got high brightness with motion, low brightness standard. This might be my ideal trail light, actually, if I could... I'll have to see how those do. Put that somewhere. I'm debating where to put this. Anyway, I thought I'd show those off while I got my solar goodies out. Bought a few of these new ones. And I don't know, I'm kind of a sucker for this junk. I got a whole bag to go through here of ones that have failed. And of course I've been through these. I go through them periodically, and I'll get the battery charger out and I'll take these all apart, clean the batteries, clean the contacts, and charge up a bunch of batteries. And I think the best bet is to be to solder them directly on. It might be how I go in the future, I don't know. But yeah, my brother really criticizes these solar lights as just being junk. They're it's contributing to landfill, basically. E-waste, you're just buying e-waste, basically, because they only last a year. The replacement battery is more than the whole light, so no one buys replacement batteries for them. So I don't know why they don't just solder them in. Anyway, I do like them on my trail. I got a long trail in the woods. I do like to have some guidance down there so I can find my way back when I'm out too late. Wow, it comes with a little brush so you can flick the little corpses out of there. It says the grid voltage is 2 to 300 volts. I probably should have bought 2 so I could take one apart for glory here, but there's nothing to it. It's just going to be I'll bring the LEDs down there. You can see the guts pretty nicely. A ring of LEDs, a little grid, probably just a little voltage doubler to get that voltage. If it's rectified, you'd get like almost 170, just bridge rectifier and 120 volt. And it's made for the 120 volt market. It doesn't say it can work with 240. So it's geared for this voltage, this market. pretty nice. Got a little bit of UV LEDs in back here, but you got whole separate high output LEDs on top here. It's quite bright. That's kind of nice. I'll have to see if it attracts any bugs, but this little bit of UV should get them back here. And you couldn't really get your finger in here, even if you tried. Even a kid couldn't get his finger into that grid. I suppose I should see if it's isolated. If I measure AC from the grid to the outlet neutral, I shouldn't get anything. But yeah, you can't expect it to be perfect. Let's see how that goes. And there's my meter sitting in I should pop this thing. I don't know what will work. Anyway, there's my analog meter. Because I get so much noise, I don't really want to even try digital. It's in the 250 volt range. And do get a reading, so this is not isolated in any way. I guess you wouldn't expect it to be in like a transformer in this thing. Well, we're pegging. We go even higher here. 1,000-volt range. I didn't get that high a reading the first time. I'm measuring against the ground here. I'm not getting a more stable reading than I was. Interesting. I'm hitting different wires, different sides of the... We might be hitting different sides of the... I don't want to short it out. I can't get very deep though. Alright, well that must have been a fluke, that other one. Go back to 250. Or maybe it's the inner grid I hit somehow. Anyway, so that's AC leakage. I'm getting about, said I've been about 100 volts. That's just one side of the grid. But yeah, you would expect it to be isolated, and it isn't. And there's that LED at night. See, it's quite a bit brighter than its other LEDs. Also bluer, cold white. Let's see if I can dim it, what happens. Wow, it doesn't dim. Kind of flickery. Oop, just goes out. Interesting. Well, that's not all bad though. I'm tiptoeing out to my hot tub. I don't have that bright light on me. It's pretty much on or off. Oh, there we go. Well, that's a quickie. I just wanted to show off my solar goodies.